greatness about Joe Crackton and DJ Khaled. I seen 90% of it right before, you know what I'm saying? Because I met Fat Joe at Flow Joe. So I got to see from Flow Joe to now. I ain't taking no talk back. I got to see from Flow Joe to now. Now, before Flow Joe, I ain't know you yet. And I knew about you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
tell these guys how Big Pun would drive down to Miami. Shout out to Spinderella. What's up, mama? How Big Pun would drive to Miami just to play you his new music. So he just wanted your approval.
Big Pun, I'll never forget. I think he was in, you know, when he went to, you know that story you told about Nori snuck him out to get something to eat? What was it, North Carolina?
That was the funniest shit I ever heard.
I know, but that was North Carolina. Wherever that was, he drove from there. He called me, said, I'm coming, leaving this place, and I'm coming to see you before I go back to my normal life. He drove to Miami in a van. He put a big Terror Squad chain on my neck, the big one. I'm talking about not the little one, not the regular big one. I'm talking about the one you're not supposed to wear it. It's too big. It's too big. It's huge. He puts it around my neck. He pulls up to Wet Willie's. He opens the big van doors, open them wide open. Send people to bring us some daiquiris, Wet Willie's. The whole people was surrounding the van. It's Big Pun. It's Miami. Big Pun is surrounding the van. I'm in the van. I'm like, yo, Pun, you're making a movie right now. And I'm just watching it. We start drinking our daiquiris, whatever. We close the door. He goes, yo, I'm going to play you my album. And, you know, there's always a rumor about, is there really a Big Pun record battling Jadakiss on a record and all that? And the rumor is true because I heard it. I heard it from my own ears. I heard Big Pun and Jadakiss going back and forth, battling each other on a record.
This is a Joker moment.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
No, they don't know. They don't know this.
No, but Joe, but listen, because I always hear interviews. So he plays me the album and he goes, Khaled, I got a record where I'm battling Jadakiss. I said, Pun, stop. Like, I'm thinking like, you made a record, like a record, not like a, he goes, no, it's a record and we're battling each other. So he played it. I heard it. So when I hear rumors that Green Lantern got it and, you know what I'm saying, he got something to do with it, I'm like, it's true. I heard it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to know when you going to play a snippet so you can tell him it's the truth.
Now, I gotta tell you something. I don't know where that's at.
No. Make that call. I'm telling you, he got it. Oh, first of all, it's on a reel. Because the record is a real record. It's not a make-up. This shit was a real record I'm talking about on the track listing. This shit was on the what was it? Yeah, Baby at that time?
Yeah, Baby.
It was on that track. I heard the album. I remember every song. I was like, oh my God. I kept saying the beats is fucking crazy. And Pun was going nuts. And then he goes, yo, check this out. I'm battling Jada. You know Pun, how he talk. He Aki. He just like, yo, check this out. Like, boom. And the van had a system. You know what I'm saying? So I heard. Yeah. So it's, and obviously him and Jada are friends. But for them
they did it probably out of love for hip hop.
No, that's what they did. I've never seen. I've heard. Obviously, we've made and we've heard classics of people putting a bunch of people on a record, and it could be called a cipher or it could be called a collaboration. This wasn't that. This was Big Pun, Jadakiss, battling, mixed beat, like supposed to be on the album.
Somebody got it.
Yes. Hey, I'm telling you, Carl Green, he got it. He got it.
All right.
He got it. We need to play that shit. I'm tired of hearing about rumors of it. Play that shit.
Woo!
Now, listen.
Hey y'all, Khaled, you see how we stumbled across a Joker moment? We deal out of love. Shout out to Elliot Wilson. He's on the check-in.
Shout out Elliot Wilson.
Elliot Wilson, living legend at this thing. We deal out of love. And so when we embrace each other, then you say, yo, I got one for Joe he ain't talking about.
Yo, Joe, let me tell you. I never forget. Around 4 in the morning, 5th Avenue, South Beach, right by Club Cream. You had a beige Lexus. And it's just me and you. You know, it's 4 in the morning. You know, Miami, you know, we leave at 2:30 at you know, before we touch it. So it's like 4, we in the car and you like, Cal, I want to play you something. Just before Big Pun was Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? And you played me Twins. And I said, what the fuck? When I heard, you know, I always told you, you and him together was like superheroes. Just look like two big boys swagged up, Pele leathers and rollies with red face with motherfucking, you know, a fucking earring that makes your ear hang. You know what I'm saying? Like just shit that just, you know what I mean? As a young kid looking at that shit, I'm like, damn, shit dope. And you play me Twins, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And you tell, I remember you telling me something like, yo, you know, we're going to put this on the mixtape and this and that or some shit. And I was like, mixtape? I said, this is it. This is the anthem. And the thing is, a month later, I threw my birthday party, South Bronx and Bay, South Beach, and you bring Pun, and I'll never forget. That place was so packed, and there's footage, because, you know, everything I say going to be the truth. There's footage of you ripping it down with a hat on, like a, not a cap, but like
straw hat. Straw hat
with one of them collar shorts,
shirts,
and you ripping it down. You like, muévete, like everybody move back off the stage.
I'm telling them now because it was a heavy Latino crowd.
Right, it was
so
crazy.
Many people there going, muévate.
And everybody moving back and shit. I'm like, oh shit, he in the zone. And then your man, by the way, when you said that, that's when you did it. Now who the fuck you think you talking to? Like, what was that?
LL Cool J
shit. You was like, no, who the fuck you think I'm? Like, I said, oh God, you know, I was going nuts. But your man Pun, this is before Big Pun was Big Pun. I'm telling you. I'll never forget that came on and he started walking up the stairs. No, you're already on the stage. He walking up the stairs. And ready for war, yo. And he come and you come and the place explodes. Like, your man Big Pun was like just just shitting on him, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then he was like, and then you was doing the fucking, like, you know, saying your knee, like,
like the Butcher Bunton.
Right, and then the man said, get in the middle of it. Nah, place explode. And this is before the record, they even knew the record. They didn't know it yet. But that's how I knew, and I always tell everybody, you know, moments like that and music, you know what I mean? That's the best way ever to explode organically, you know, just off a fucking moment.
It was like what I was telling, Royce the 5'9" last night about I saw Big L the first time. I saw Jay-Z, Big Daddy Kane, and you know immediately superstars, the first time you see him, you be like, oh no, this is gonna be a big boy.
What? And when he did that shit, and then he started doing everything else, the thing is like, but y'all too, you know what I mean? A Fat Joe Big Pun album. I know there was a Terror Squad album. From the heart of Kingston, from the ice of Alaska, but for what about Pun? Rude boy, salute the champion. Terror Squad, down. No. Incredible. You see how y'all two sound together, rocking every time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying. Right now, right now. Imagine him right now with you. Nothing can stop me. I'm off, and he would have came right behind you.
Then in the middle, the little was on him, and on him is in and it's golden. Hey, yo, shout out, something that people don't know. Shout out Clark Kent. He used to take your beats to Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, I'm shout out to DJ Clark Kent. I used to give him beat CDs to play the Biggie because me and Clark Kent was, we DJ'd a lot together in Orlando and Miami. Me and him used to do a club called here NFA in Miami all the time. And me and him used to do Black College Week all the time in Daytona. So me and Clark Kent, real brothers and real friends. So, and us DJ and producer, we always connect, and our friendship is to now it's incredible. But I used to make beats, and I used to tell him, "Yo, play this for Biggie." And one time we had a show with Biggie, and it was at a skating ring, and Biggie performed. Well, Biggie performed, and it was like the biggest fight broke out. You know what I mean? And Clark was rolling with all them and shit like that. So I was like, "Yo, play him these beats," and he would play them for him and help me shop beats around and just, you know what I mean? Back in them days, he always showed me love on the turntables and on the beats. So like every club I rocked, he always let me on. Or any club I rocked, I let him on. We used to just rip shit down. You know what I'm saying? But also on the beats, you know, we was going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, let me tell you something, Khaled. I love you. I'll let you get off here and cook back up. The Miami Heat is upsetting Milwaukee. I predict if they win this game, it's over. They're going to beat Milwaukee. It's done. It's a done deal.
Listen,
it's a done deal.
I'm in the studio. I'm not even watching the game, and I know they're being great.
They're being great.
No, I know it. Let me tell you something.
Shout out to Timberland, my brother Timbo the King.
Nobody lives a life like Tim. Nobody. Listen, what I learned about Tim recently is I never seen a man enjoy life so much.
Yeah.
No. The way the man boxing and the way he moving in that backyard, and then you see him on them. Now, shout out to Tim and Swift.
Timbo. You know that I had some producers, not me, but some producers I know, went to see Timbo, and when they left, they called me back and said, like, "Yo, this guy's just rich." I said, "What do you mean?" They said, "Yo, the crib is just, everything's rich. You could tell this man, he's..."
Listen, this man, he live a life. This man, yo, Joe, this man live a life. Like, yo, the man, listen, the man, Tim, not only is he a legend, you know, I had conversations with him, and I told him straight up, you know, you one of the first producers to crack down the door of getting the biggest bag ever.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to give him that praise and credit as a hustler, mogul, and a legendary producer.
You know he's different. Timbo different, man.
Listen, this man is one of the first to crack down the biggest bag.
Yeah, it's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I remember, because he used to, you know what I'm saying? Back in the days, I told Tim he inspired me. I can't even lie. I was in the studio watching him making these hits. I seen him, but also in the parking lot, I used to wait for him to pull up. He used to have that silver Maybach. Then he started having all different type of cars. And me and Tim would always go in the studio together, but we also go hang out outside around 5, 6 in the morning after the session's done, and we just be kicking it outside. And, you know, at that time, people used to put systems in their cars. Like you did, I did, you know, speakers in the back. You know, Tim had always a setup in his cars, and he used to let me just vibe with him. And Tim used to come to my house, you know what I'm saying, and fuck with me in my studio and watch me make beats and shit like that back in them days. But what I learned from Tim was I was just watching him, and I said, this man, not only does he make the biggest hits, the man, I'm telling you, cracked the door open for like some of the biggest bags.
Yeah. He different. The man different. The man, let's not even talk about bags, because he's humble.
No. It's that. Yo, Joe, when we talk about bags, we're talking about.
No. I'm not. I'm with you.
No, I'm talking about as a humble, because the thing is, I'm talking about the man cracked. Listen, the man opened the door for brothers like us.
Timberland is Aaliyah. Timberland is Missy. Timberland is Genuine. Timberland is.
Let me tell you something, yo, Joe.
Timberland is too much.
Yo, listen, the man can lease. He can lease his catalog. You heard the word lease. He can let you borrow it for some months. He can let somebody borrow it just to say, yo, I'm down for a second. He can, yo, don't let me get on the phone with Tim and start giving him, yo, Tim, he loved the Timberland. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to DJ Eric B from Eric B and Rakim on the check-in.
One of my favorite.
Well, you know Eric B the flyest. You know he's the godfather of this show.
Yo, let me tell you about Eric B. First of all, it's Eric B and Rakim. It's you said it the other day. Paid in full album. They can make that shit right now. Be the biggest album now. But what I'm telling you about that Eric B though. That man Eric B will pull up with a leather coat with the illest chain and the Benz. No, I'm talking about. I couldn't wait to see the covers or any pictures. I'm like, cause you know I would when I say this, you know, I was a young kid. You know what I'm saying? And I look up to him and I said, see that shit. I said, I'm gonna have me a Benz and behind them damn turntables too. You know what I'm saying? He made the DJ an artist. Cause I always said it. DJs are artists. We're artists.
That's right.
We got a big responsibility. We produce, some of us,
the most important
DJ, and we move the crowd, and we got to be in sync with the greatest MCs.
The most important.
Listen.
The DJ, if it ain't for the DJ, rappers don't exist. DJs break the records since the beginning of hip hop.
No, we break records. Listen. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is Eric B. At that time, Eric B. and Rakim, they made records about his greatness, his MC. I'm telling you.
Eric B. for president, yes, sir.
I'm not making this shit up. That was a classic.
Yes, sir.
Am I making it up? Like, yo, can I remind people? Because, you know, some people forget. You know, Eric B is a DJ and also one of the biggest artists and groups ever to ever do it. Am I lying?
No, the biggest.
Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is a DJ.
That's right.
Swiss Beats is a DJ.
Timberland's a DJ.
Timberland's a DJ. DJKhaled is a motherfucking DJ.
Oh shit.
Okay? And listen. And no, I don't want to, because you know how you know me, I always been confident. And I always
Khaled, let's just end it at this because I want to save this before these people erase our shit.
Biggest.
This is the biggest show in the game.
Biggest. I used to look at Public Enemy, Rebel Out of Pause cover. Remember that cover with them in front of the car? Them shits be so iconic. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to go look at them stashes right now to be inspired right now. Like I'm telling you, right now I'm trying to figure out my next album cover and shit like that. So I'm just like looking at, just getting inspired. I want to.